Welcome to Act 2 of the Gearless Ranger. I'm going to be trying to get my fulminating concoctions today, and then we can actually play the character. In order to get access to fulminating concoction at this point, I have to do 4 more bosses. That is Rathbreaker, Rudja, Balbala, and Rattlecage at the end of the Trial of Sekhema. After I kill all of these, I will only be using fulminating concoction for the rest of the series, and some support skills. On top of that, I will never upgrade my flasks to blue. They are always going to be white rarity, which obviously makes this a lot harder. So Rathbreaker took me a really long time. It took me around half an hour to beat this boss, and that's because, again, I did the no exploit allowed method, where I was not allowed to drag him down off of his little cliff face in order to get him to run back up, and he would never spawn minions. So I had to hug the bottom tip of this area and just kind of hope that I didn't get hit the entire time. And having no gear obviously makes it so that I basically can get one shot every time by Rathbreaker if he hits me with one of his slam attacks. So this fight is just annoying. Rudja was really annoying on this character, but only because I got caught by the swinging sword attack where Rudja explodes and does a ton of fire damage multiple times. And it was only because I feel like I just was not 100%. I really could not think of what was going on, and it was tilting me, which obviously makes you play even worse. But eventually I took the boss down.
I am the sun! Burn!
So this is the earliest I've done Balbala on a character in the series. The fight took me around 5 minutes to finish just because of how much Balbala likes to jump around and become immune to damage. Other than that annoyance, the minions give you so many potions that sustaining your life is not really a problem if you just keep spamming your potion key. Wow, that was way harder than I thought it would be. Jesus Christ.
So that's a murder attempt.
I will serve.
I'm unsure what I've got myself into here.
So this is the first character I actually struggled on the Trials of Sekhema, and I feel like, again, it was probably just because I was not at 100%. I died 2 times just due to the gauntlet timer where I wasn't clicking on the freaking crystals to increase my time. I just don't know what was happening, and of course, again, this was tilting me just like on Rudja, and I was playing worse and worse. There's really nothing significant that happened in the trial that I actually got the completion on, other than I was 2 levels higher at this point because of the amount of times that I'd actually run through the trial, and I didn't end up getting that crazy of afflictions. So overall, it wasn't that bad.
Fight with intent. Go with strength. Use that well.
Rattlecage was actually a pretty long fight. It took me around 3 minutes to kill Rattlecage, and this was just because I didn't really get any damage boons or anything to help me kill the boss faster. And panic mode just started kind of setting in once there was a lot of geysers on the ground shooting out fireballs, and I just kind of started running around the room hoping not to get hit by stuff. But eventually I beat him with only a few hits.
Stand clear. Beware of what falls.
We're no match for me. Decisions, decisions.
Alright, Jamanra. This shouldn't be that bad.
Noxious Sekhema.
But I'm worried about blast charges.
The Malekith will fall by my hand. The Malekith will fall by my hand. I tried
Wow,
to
my
see
damage is insane.
Sekhemas disgraced me.
Uh.
Rot in the sand. This time, we choose war.
What?
We shall finish this, but not today.
I have never had this much damage on a Gearless character. What the fuck?
Look at him run.
Bravery. Quickly! He called against us.
Okay. Alright, I have to run to the end. There we go.
This is no natural sandstorm.
Holy shit. Man, the snake boss. Oh, she's got the thing on her. I gotta wait for this to run out. Or else I'm just wasting potions. My damage is pretty good.
All these snake women.
A new loyalty now.
I was
My king nears.
There we go.
She didn't want
this woman.
I don't even know what to say. Once I get a third socket, it'll do even more damage. I think I just dragged them both together. I think that's the way to do this. Totally forgot that when you kill one, you're gonna get a ton of
I
flasks.
won't be needing these anymore.
That was kind of lucky that he got a stun off. Alright, there's always an end to fun, and Colossus was incredibly tanky. I was able to get the boss to around 25% health every time before running out of flasks. The problem is that the boss starts to spawn his minions around 33% health, and if I don't have flask charges, I cannot deal with the minions, so I ended up having to stall. What I ended up doing was getting the boss just before 33% health and using the deodorizer method that I coined for my monk, where I would stand under his armpit and only have to dodge a few attacks. This stalling took almost 6 minutes, where I would gain 1 flask charge every 8 seconds. This was freaking brutal, and I ended up having more than enough charges in the end though to finish off the boss with that long amount of stalling. I should point out though that if I had a proper set of gear that gave increased damage to attacks and levels of projectiles plus a good mana flask, I would have had no problem with mana flask charges here. Okay, look at it. Okay, I'll need him to move one more time. Do not put your fucking sword in the middle, please. Okay. Okay, 2 more. And then all I need you to do is move and not get hit. Okay, we're at 60. I think we have enough charges. Oh, okay. Oh shit. Okay. Good hit. Nice, got him. Okay, I definitely had too many charges. Probably could have went with like 30, but I also could have just got lucky. Alright, the next boss was Tor Gul, which is another incredibly tanky boss for Act 2. When I first got here, I knew for a fact I could not do this boss very easily with the current setup, and I needed to get some levels, which meant I had to grind for many levels over top of the current zone. I don't remember if it was 2 or 4 levels over the zone, but I was very over leveled to this point. And even with those extra levels, I still had to stall during the boss and wait for flash charges. Because of how much I had to stall on this boss, I was really worried about my damage for Jamanra, and so I was actually contemplating leveling all the way to level 40 in Jamanra's area just to get an extra socket on my skill. Wow, that was terrible. So Jamanra actually only took me around 30 minutes to beat, which may seem like a long time, but the fight itself is incredibly long. I probably attempted the fight around 5 times before beating it. The first phase was quite simple. I just needed to burst Jamanra down enough to make him summon his minions, but not enough to put him below 66% health. The reason for this tactic was to make sure I could kill the minions at the same time as ending the first phase and gain a few extra flash charges. For the second phase, I would get Jamanra down to just before 50% health and then stall for mana flasks. The reason reason for the 50% mark is because Jamanra starts adding a bunch of new attacks to his rotation after he reaches 50%, but not before. So stalling before this point is much easier. With these tactics, the final kill took almost 11 minutes and gave me a bunch of time to examine the scenery of the second phase arena while I ran in circles.
I will erase you! 10,000 spears! I cannot give up! The manifest will pay! Our gift to you! I will erase you! Our gift to you! I call the winds! Forge our pates! The era of the Paladin is now! Hate! You will be forgotten! Our gift to you! The Manifest will pay! Endless hate! The Paladin is now! Take our hate! The era of the Paladin is now! I will erase you! The Manifest will pay! Die!
Oh, thank God, that was enough.
This is not
I am curious how much I stalled there.
Not.
For those wondering, I had to stall for around 7 minutes in the second phase just to get flask charges, including the extra 12 that I needed to finish off the boss fight. Well, that's the end of Act 2 for the Gearless Ranger. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and if you did not, please leave a dislike. I will gladly accept those too. For anyone that cares, Act 3 will be out next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.